to the wonderful world of Lily. So for today's video, I have a video that I hope will help someone out there. Because yeah, I think that it's pretty useful information. So today's video is going to be based around how to be the most positive, productive, and the best online student that you can be. So I'm pretty sure that everyone, because we are still kind of in quarantine, we are starting school online. So for my specific school, as of right now, we are starting online school on August 3rd, and then we are allowed to go back to school on August 17th in person. So we only have 8 days of online as of right now, so it's not too much, but yeah. So I wanted to have a video to show you guys how to be the most positive that you guys can be and how to get the most work done so that we can get a head start on the new year ahead. So yeah, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you guys is personalize your area. The happiest that you can be is if you're in a place that you love to be in. So whether you are in your room or if you have a home office, or like my mom is a teacher, so I'll probably be in her classroom for most of it, have a space in the area or in the room that you're working in that you enjoy to be in. So I don't mean if you're in your bedroom, be in a bed, because I mean, like, you can, but I personally find that if you're on a bed, you're gonna be way too relaxed and you're not gonna be taking it as seriously as you could if you were sitting at a desk. But what I am saying is put up pictures around the walls or put inspirational quotes around the walls that make you want, that motivate you and that make you want to do the best that you possibly can. So yeah, personalize the area, be in a space that you like to be in, be in a space that you can focus in, be in a space with good lighting for when you have your Zoom call, so that way your teacher can see your face and they know that you are paying attention and you are like responding to them. So yeah, with your personalized area, I would have, or what I like to do is I like to have a space that is designated for my schooling. So I have my desk, which is always cleaned off once school starts. That way I know that that is my work area and that is where I will go to do my schooling. And then, so have that area, and then have an area where you can go to just relax and let it all out, whether it be your bed or a comfy chair or an entirely different room. Just make sure that you have an area that is specifically for work and an area that is specifically for play. So when you sit down at your desk, your brain knows, okay, gotta get into work mode. Whereas if you sit on your bed, that means, okay, I can go on my phone or I can read a book or do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So yeah, just make sure that you have a space, and in your workspace, make sure that you have extra loose leaf paper, pencils, pens, any of your school supplies that your teachers say that you will need for that specific class. And yeah, then you're ready to get started. So the next tip number 3, have a study playlist. So I find that listening to music, it just makes me relaxed. So this one you don't have to do, but for the people that it helps, I would totally recommend it. So yeah, like, I feel more relaxed when I listen to music. So I have a specific study playlist. Now this playlist, the songs on it don't have any words. It is pop instrumental is the title of my playlist, and I play it when I'm studying, so that way the words don't distract me from what I'm listening to, whereas the music is still relaxing to me. So I don't have it blaring as if I were having a dance party. I just have it enough so that way I know that it's there, and enough that it calms my mind so that way I can totally focus on what I am studying for. So I kind of mentioned this tip earlier, but this is like a tip all on its own. Make sure that you are working at a desk and not at your bed. So this helps for 2 reasons. One, at a desk, or no, not 2. This helps with a couple of reasons. So when you're sitting at your desk, you know that you have all your supplies. You know that you have the paper, you have the pens, you have the pencils, you have the notebooks, you have everything that you need at your desk. Also, if you are sitting at a desk and not your bed, when you get onto Zoom meetings, your teacher knows if you're sitting at a desk that you are alert and you are ready to learn, and that your brain is in school mode and not in sleep mode. So yes, as comfy as your bed may be, make sure that you sit at a desk. Even if you get a chair with a comfy pillow on it and sit on the pillow, that's better than being on a bed. Tip number 5 is have a consistent morning routine. So I also like to keep up with this routine as school goes on, but especially for being at home. At home is where you hang out. It's where your family is, it's where you play, it's where you sleep, it's everything. This is your home, it's your safe space. So it is good to have a consistent morning schedule that you can keep up with all throughout the year, so that way you know that you can wake up and consistently be ready at the same time, because online school, even though you are at home, it's still school. So it's still just as important as if you were in person. So you want to make sure that you are giving it the same amount of effort and the same amount of thought as if you were in person. So my specific morning schedule is I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then I drink a glass of water, because that just, it helps wake me up. So drink a glass of water, and then start off the day always smiling. Because like, if you wake up with a smile, then you know that your day is gonna be good. Like, I mean, I have a rainbow right by my bed. So yeah, I wake up and then I drink a glass of water, and then I eat a breakfast, do some sort of like stretch or exercise, or even if you just go outside, just do something that gets your mind awake. So I like stretching because it opens up everything, makes everything nice. I also do a short exercise every morning because it wakes me up. But yeah, like if you want to go outside and go for a walk, or even just go outside and sit on your driveway or in the backyard, that fresh air will help wake you up. So yeah, just go do something that will wake up your mind, even for just a short amount of time. Next, I brush my teeth and wash my face, especially because of the water. One, it like gets me ready for the day, and you should wash your face, brush your teeth every day. And 2, the water wakes me up like the most out of all of these things. So yes, I brush my teeth, wash my face. And then last but certainly not least, I will change out of my clothes. Don't wear your PJs to school, because where would you wear your pajamas in person? No. So our school specifically, we have to wear uniforms like when we're in person. So we wear our uniform tops when we are in meetings where our teachers can see us. So even like, you can even be in sweatpants. It's not pajamas, so it's okay. Just make sure that you change out of what you were sleeping in. So you can be wearing leggings, jeans, sweatpants, skirt, anything. Just wear something that is not your pajamas. And then if you are required to have your uniform on, wear your uniform top, or if you have to wear your full uniform, do that. Or if you go to a public school, wear something that is along the lines of your dress code, so that way you are ready for when you have your meetings. So this next tip is extremely important. Make sure that your laptop or computer or desktop and your phone or any other piece of technology that you will need to be using is charged at the beginning of every day, because this is what you're going to be using for the rest of the day, almost non-stop for your classes. So make sure that your computer is always charged, that way you know that you're never running around looking for your charger while you're in the middle of a Zoom meeting with your teacher. So I personally like to just plug it in the night before, so that way it can be charging all night, and then I know for a fact that it is ready for the next morning, and then I'll normally just keep it on the charger throughout the day. So yeah, make sure that your phone, if you need it, or your computer, your desktop, anything that you're using, make sure that it is fully charged before you start the day. The next tip is be ready and prepared for your class, for your Zoom meetings, for everything. Just make sure that you have pens, pencils, paper, notebooks, anything that your teacher says you need for this class. Make sure that it is ready and at your desk for when your class starts. So be ready and prepared. Make sure that you're changed, your morning routine is done, everything is charged, and then have a positive attitude. I mean, like, no one else can change how you feel about this. So yes, you may miss your friends, you may want to be in class, but no matter what, always keep a smile on your face, because it makes it so much easier to get through the day when you're happy to be there. Have a positive attitude and be ready and prepared for all of your meetings and classes and everything. Next tip, this also applies to when you are in person don't procrastinate. If you have a big project online or again in person, don't wait until the night before and then just totally forget about it and then put it off till the night before when you realize that you have to write a 13-page essay on whatever the topic may be in 3 hours before you have to go to bed. So what I like to do is the day that I get it assigned, I start working on it. And then I go through up until the day that it's due, and I plan it out to what I have to do each day, so that way it is for sure done 2 days before it is due. So the day before it's due, I have to do nothing with the project. It's completely done and everything. So don't put it off. Have a schedule. Write notes and reminders for yourself if you tend to forget about your projects. Just don't put it off until the last second because it's so much more stress. If it was just that would be okay, but you also have all of your other classes, all of your other assignments, your online school, your in-person school, just everything. So don't put it off till the last second because you will regret it. Next tip, make sure that you follow the rules of your class. So in Zoom meetings, if you're supposed to have your mic off but your camera on, make sure that your mic is off and your camera is always on so your teacher knows that you are there. Make sure that you get things turned in on time. If you're supposed to be wearing your uniform or a specific dress code, make sure that you have that when you're in your meetings and any other times that you don't forget. So just make sure that you're following the rules, and assignments, make sure that they're done the way that the directions and the way that the teacher has asked them to be done. So that way you know for a fact that you can never get in trouble because you didn't do anything wrong. Number 10, I believe, yes, number 10, is be on time for your meetings. So if your meeting starts at 1 o'clock, be there at 12:55. When we were doing online school, since we haven't started yet, I had alarms for every one of my classes whenever I had Zoom meetings. And they were always 5 minutes before, so that way I knew that I had enough time to get logged into my computer if I wasn't already on it, logged into my Google Classroom so that way I could get into the link, put in my password, put in my name, and I knew that I was always ready for when the meeting started. So just make sure that you are on time, or if you have to check in at 8 o'clock at the beginning of the day to show that you are here, make sure that you check in at the beginning of the day at 8 o'clock or 7:55, but at the very, very, very latest 8 o'clock to show that you are there. So always be on time, don't procrastinate, and follow the rules. So kind of ties in with some of the other tips that I've had. I have seen this tip kind of everywhere, all over Pinterest. I've seen it multiple times. You guys have probably seen it, but it is basically study or do your classwork for 25 minutes and then break for 5 minutes. So no, that doesn't mean that if you are in the middle of a meeting and your timer goes off that you just turn off and stop. At least finish the meeting. But if you are studying or doing work on your own where it's just you and you are not online with anyone, then yeah, make sure that you study for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break, whether it be a snack, water, or just sitting down and relaxing. And then every 4th break, you're gonna take a 10-minute break. So it'll be 25 break, 25 break, 25 break, 25 10-minute break. So this you can, I don't know, do whatever you want. Go for a super quick walk or something, I don't know. But because you need that time. No one can sit and work for 8 hours straight. Or even if you can, it won't be your best work that you could possibly be giving to your teachers. So yeah, follow that pattern and you won't be freaking out and so stressed out because you realize you haven't had a drink of water or a bite of food in 8 hours because you've been working constantly. This is kind of similar to the one that I had before, but tip number 12 is eat. You guys, you can't miss snacks, you can't miss lunch, you can't miss breakfast. You guys have to eat because if you don't, you're not getting energy, so you're gonna be exhausted, so your work isn't gonna be as good as it could, and it's not healthy to not eat lunch and stuff. So please make sure that you're eating. That's online, in person, during summer, all the time. Just make sure that you're taking breaks to give your body nutrients to continue throughout the day, please. So tip number 13 is don't be afraid to ask questions. So even though you might not be in the meeting with them, teachers are there to help. and like to teach you. So if you have questions about the assignment that you're doing, or if you're confused on the directions or just anything, make sure that you reach out to your teacher and ask them questions, whether it be email or if you have, I don't know, I know that my mom used to use like Class Dojo. If you have that, and or if there's Remind or anything, just make sure that you ask questions so that way you're not confused on what the assignment is, because that will affect your work and it will affect your grades, I promise. So last tip, make sure that you are like being as respectful as you can. When you email or text someone, it can always come off not as nice as you anticipated it. I know that I do this way more often than I should, and I have really been trying to correct it. So yeah, just like make sure that you reread over and over like what you're trying, or what you are going to email them, and then if you're really unsure, you can ask your parents for help and be like, hey, does this sound sarcastic? Does this sound disrespectful? Just make sure that you are focusing on your word choice and what you are asking, to make sure that you are sending the most respectful email or message that you possibly can to your teacher, so that way they know, one, exactly what you're saying, and two, that you are being as respectful as you can be. Yes, please reread it. Yeah. That was my last tip that I had for you guys. If you stayed throughout this whole video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helps someone out there that was really stressed or didn't know how to do this correctly. We're all feeling that way. Like it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. Just make sure that you have the most positive outlook on things that you possibly can. Once you do get to go back to school, make the most of it, because I mean, this kind of just sprang out of nowhere. So like, don't wish for it to fly by, because it will, and make the most out of every experience and every moment. I know that sounds cheesy, but please do, because if something were to happen and it were to get taken away, like, you'll regret it. Have the most positive outlook on things. Think of things always on the bright side. The cup is always half full. And yeah, alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Go check out my last video. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside.